Yo, what's good, my family? Listen, today's video is packed full of wisdom, man. It's going to be a long video, but I'm telling you, if you watch it all the way through and you get all these nuggets and all these gems, you will not be able to unsee what I'm showing you, and it should make your trading that much better. All right? Make sure you live trade with us, OTG the family, Overtime Grind. Make sure you live trade with us every week. You know what I'm saying? It's lit over there, and it's about to get even more lit. You feel me? So I don't want y'all to miss out. We do trade Forex, binary options, and occasionally we're going to trade some futures as well. Once I throw some money back in that joint, we're going to get over there and get it popping as well. So I can't leave y'all without giving y'all scripture today. So we're going to go with Mark 11:24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. A lot of times we asking God for stuff that we don't even believe ourselves. How you going to ask for something you don't believe? All right? You're unstable. Can't be double-minded. You got to know what you want, and you got to believe what you're praying for. You know what I'm saying? So when I prayed for this mansion that I'm in, guess what? I believed it. When I prayed to make a certain amount of year, I believed it. And now we here. You know what I'm saying? You got to truly believe it no matter what your parents say, friends, cousin, auntie, uncle, whoever got something negative to say about it, whatever. You got to believe it, and then you follow through with that. Continue to pray and trust God. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? He going to handle the rest. All right? So without further ado, man, let's get straight into this video.
Let's turn you into a great trader, right? What is it going to take? What do you need to see to become a great Forex trader? All right? Learn what I know, and you're going to be lit. So take heed to this video, all right? So we're on GJ. I'm just going to be looking at a couple different examples of what you could be doing every single day with almost without fail. Now, again, every day is not going to be a winning day. And as a disclaimer, I can't promise you're going to win anything. But what I will tell you is that I've been doing these same strategies forever and ever and ever. And I constantly grow accounts. You know what I mean? Non-stop. All right, so get you a stochastic oscillator. All right. First and foremost, let me just say this. If you watch a lot of different traders, you might want to stop. Pick one, whoever it is, and stick and then get you a strategy and stick to that and don't deviate. Now, only time you watch somebody is just for, I guess, motivation. But if you constantly switching your strategy up every day, every year, every week, new trader come out, you following everything they doing, and that you're not gonna be profitable ever in your life, ever. I'm telling you, you're just gonna keep going down this rat race, going through this rat race, and going down the rabbit hole that's gonna lead you to nowhere. I'm telling you right now. All right, so do a stochastic joint. Set your level to 92. Set your level to 6. It could be an RSI as well. However you want to do it, do that. All right, overbought, oversold levels, they don't miss, bro. They don't miss. They don't miss. Especially on a higher time frame. Look at this H1. Beautiful, right? Another one. Beautiful. Another one. Beautiful. Right? Notice the patterns, bro. Look at this. Drop. All right. We can keep going. I mean, these is ones that's pretty much there. They pretty much overbought, oversold, right? Even this one. Look at it. All right. Let's look at this. Let's go straight up. Drop. Okay. We can keep going. Straight up. Drop. So how are you not profitable when you got all these straight drops? How are you not making money? I don't get it. All right. I don't get it. Look at this. It's in your face. Straight up. Buys. Amazing. And why would I have to do anything else? Why would I have to do anything else when the market every day is going to give me exactly what I've been looking for? Every day. And the only thing I got to do is just get in and do what I need to do. All right, so now let me give you a couple things you need to be looking for, because I'm telling you right now, strategy don't miss. Forever. I've been doing this for a long time. All right, boom. So anytime, again, remember this on Forex. Remember I told y'all this. let's say you got the stochastic low, we far away from the 20. All candles have to go back and touch the 20, and they eventually have to go back and touch the 200. Always. It is never, ever a time where they stay far away from the 20 or the 200. There's never a time ever in history. Just telling you right now. And the reason how I know that is because you back test. What is back testing? You go back and you just constantly look at the chart and see how many times we had to come back. Look, stayed away, right? Went away from it, did this thing, and eventually it got exhausted down here, and they had to come back and touch that one. And eventually we had our big range, and then eventually we had to come back and touch that 200 moving average right there. All right, so if you know that, then you already know. Here's another clue. Look at this. Stochastic high, right? Sell. Well, how do I know when to get out? Oh, well, get out when it touches the 20 or the 200 or the next zone, right? We're far away from the 20 right here. We sell until we get back to the 20, or we sell until we get to the previous zone. Another level of support or resistance, depending on which one it is. Simple. Keep it simple. Don't matter what pair you own. Don't matter what you do. Matter of fact, let me go to my list, go to my favorites. Let's go to gold and let's see if that's still true. Right? Look. Stochastic, low. Boom. Came back, touched the 20. Then came up and touched the 200. All right. News shot this up. What happened? Came back and touched the 20. Stochastic was high, by the way. Right? Eventually came back, touched the 200. So how's people holding trades long? Well, that's how. They know these things, all right? Different variations of it, but they know this stuff. Same way I know this stuff. So that's how you can be confident, again, in holding your trades. You could pay attention to those things. Now, again, pay attention. Now, the next thing you need to pay attention to is zones, all right? Zones. If you don't know, support is always at the bottom. Resistance is always at the top. The market will bounce from support to resistance, back down to support, try to break through. Sometimes it might come back up, break through, or sometimes it might just go up, hit, and then, you know, constantly form new support and resistance levels. That's all it does, over and over and over again. So if you get in a trade and you get nervous, remember these things I'm telling you. Because you like, how do you hold so long? Especially, I'm gonna say this, especially if the trade is on the H4 time frame. These are 4-hour candles. You got me, right? 4-hour candles. Think about that. 4 hours. So that means I can hold a trade for at least 4 hours, especially if we're here in this area up here. I can sell here and I can hold for 4 hours, 8 hours, 16 hours, however, 24 hours. And I should expect to at least come back to the 20, a previous zone, or to the 200 as well. Right? And then even better if it goes under the 200 and then the 20 starts carrying it at the bottom. I mean, that's even better. But these are the ones I look for. I love when I get these alerts when the stochastic is super high on a higher time frame. Right? Boom. And we can sell for a couple days. Boop. Or a full day. Whatever. Now, if you get it on a daily or the weekly, even better. Hold it for a week. Hold it, you know, as long as you want. Now, how do I get these alerts, though? Well, I did build my own system. Again, this ain't just to sell you, but I'm telling you. I did build my own system that calls out these alerts. Or you can just set your own alerts. If you go to Forex Factory or investing.com or whatever, you can look up these, you know, set alerts on there, or you can set alerts on here, stuff like that, using the horizontal line, right? You should, let's say you set that, should be able to double click on that and you should see alerts. I believe this is another way to do it. You know, if the candle closes or opens above, greater than, less than, equal to, whatever, the line, it'll give you an alert, it'll give you a sound. alarm or whatever, you can do it that way, you know. But that's only on one pair. Again, you can go through multiple pairs and just set up, you know, alerts like that. There's all types of different options, you know what I'm saying? So you could set them up when they get binged, or you could do what you could do as well is set a pending order. All right, so let's say I'm looking at zones, right? In zones, again, support's always at the bottom, resistance is always at the top. Okay, so the market will bounce from one end to the other, and in between they will have smaller support zones, smaller resistance zones. If you want the bigger play, you could just do 2. If you want other plays to where you can catch, you know, more entries, you could do those as well. All right, but again, this is how it's done. So when you look at zones, for instance, I say, okay, what's an area that sold before that was a big sale? Not no 1-2 count. I'm talking about a nice drop right here. So this is what I'm looking for right here, right? I see the market is heading back up here. So I know that right here at this line, I should be able to put another sell, right? So I could put a sell pending order. So I come over here, you see my 2, matter of fact, you see my 2 colors right here. I got my green and then I got my blue right here. All right, my green is my buy pending order. This is my sell pending order. So I can go over here, hover over and put me a sell pending order right there. Okay, that's a sell. I could then type in my lot. Okay, and then what I do, I could put my stop loss and my take profit. Okay, so my stop loss will go at this next zone, for instance. Let's say I want to, but I forgot I'm on the H4, so I got to be mindful. Let's say I only want to lose 1,700. So I will put that there. And then if my take profit, let's say we hit there, and then my take profit will be probably somewhere in this area around this zone. So make about 8 grand if it got back down here, if I believe that's what it is. So I'm just going to use that as an example. So this will be a pending order. So at this point, I no longer have to be at the computer. And I could do this on multiple pairs any given time, right? Have a stop loss, have a take profit. Everyone's not gonna hit, everyone could hit, it just depends. I like to do these overnight as well to make money on my sleep, but these are options. So you could do that on overbought, oversold levels or zones. Okay, so that's another way that you can, you know, get busy out here. But again, if you understand overbought, oversold levels, look at this. This is on the 4 hour, mind you, remember. You know how much money that is right here? You know how much money this is? A lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bread. A lot of bread. All right, you want to see how much bread? Let's say $2 lot on gold. Let's say we bought here. Let me put that right there. Hold on. Boom. Say we bought there. Take profit up there at $7,791. That move off a $2 lot. Okay. Even if, let's say you just wanted to hold until it hit the 20. That's a $4,000 move, right? Oversold, right? Boom. You buy, back to the 20, $4,000. Crazy work, right? This is what we understand. So all I need you to do is understand. Now, when the market is looking like this, I get excited because I see so many different opportunities to get in. And I'm gonna show you how I'm able to see this. It's very simple. So, you know, again, like I always tell y'all, the game of horse. One person does something, you copy what they do, right? That's how you play the game of horse. So, same rules apply over here. The market is going up. I'm looking straight to the left, finding out areas that sold heavy in that range. How many areas did we get to sell in that range or a little bit above it? So I will know where all my areas are. So now I got all these sales. Look at the sales. Big sales. These wasn't small. These H4 candles. Remember that. Big sales. Major sales. So this whole section up here is telling me this is a great area to sell, and we're pretty much there. We already got this one, which has already started dipping a little bit. But if we do decide to shoot up, I'm confident to say, hey, we sold multiple times over here to the left. So I'm almost positive we're gonna sell again, even if it don't make the biggest move. Let's say it sold for 2 hours at least. Maybe not the full 4, maybe not the full couple of days. At least 2 hours still could have made 2 or 3 grand. Easy. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you look at every day in the market. This should not be that hard to you. The only part that's hard is you. You make it hard. Promise you. Very simple. If you just look at this chart right now, how many plays can you see? I see 1 million plays. I see so many buys. Look at all these buys and all these rejection areas. Look at all this. I mean, I'm seeing rejection and buys everywhere. And then I'm seeing sales everywhere. I could see all of the sell tops. I mean, you could just mark it up for days. So how can't you find an entry? Probably because you don't know this stuff. But now you learn it. Remember, we get far away from that 20 moving average, stochastic high, ooh, we coming back. All right, and if you somebody who don't really, you get nervous and all that, what you do is you just trail your stop loss. The moment you go in profit pretty good, put that stop loss in profit. Now you secure a profit, you good, you can walk away. If it comes back and hit your stop, hey, it is what it is. All right, so let's look at US 30. As a matter of fact, let me come down a little bit. I'm gonna come down to like H1. I'm gonna go full screen. Now this is a little ugly, right? So charts that look like this right here, again, you do not have to trade it. Okay, if you see a chart that just don't make sense to you, now what did make sense was this right here, right? You see stochastic was high right here. You see that mean drop on US 30? Sheesh. Let's take a peek at what could have been. All right, let's go up here. Let's place that there, right? And then let me, matter of fact, I probably have to exit full screen to see it. I don't think they're gonna let me get to take profit. I can't even move that off. Man, I was really curious to see. I might have to come down a little bit more. If they let me take it off, let me see. Ooh, that me placing the trade. There we go. Okay, I gotta take that off. All right, let me come down to about, let's say I caught a little bit of it. There we go. Let's put this at $2 lot size. If you ever want to just see your potential trades or what could be, you know what I mean, you could just do that. All right, and let's say we caught it down to the bottom, 10 bands. Ooh wee, off a $2 lot, $10,000, right? Far away from the 20, we came back to it, right? And we almost came back down here to the 200. So if I would have held that long, about 10 grand. If I would have just held until, let's say, see if it'll move. Let me do it one more time. I'm gonna put it about right there. If I would have held at least until we got to the 20, that'd have been about $1,700. And that ain't even at the very top. $1,700 to $1,900 profit. Perfect. You could do real good with that. You can live real good on that in a day. So that's all I'm saying, y'all. So just pay attention to the market. Keep noticing what I've been telling you. Low on the stove. Back to the 20. When above the 20, start doing a pullback and stayed above the 20. And guess where we headed? To the 200. Moving average. All right, so you got in here. You start trailing that stop loss at the first. I usually set the first pullback. Usually, like, it went up, first pullback as it start pushing out. Then you move that stop loss to up in here, secure profit as it continues to go. Continue to move that stop loss up. Okay, so remember what I'm telling y'all. You're gonna eat. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna eat good. So if you want to know how to scalp or hold trades, this is what you do. That's 100. Same rules apply. Look at this fit. Look at this, bro. Why would I do anything else when they give out plays like this every single day, every single week? Look at it. You just got to catch them. Came back to the 20, of course, broke through the 20, pulled back, didn't cross the 20. So guess what that means? We coming to the 200. Right? Broke through the 200, pulled back, didn't go above both of these. So guess what? Hold again, keep holding. All right? and then it broke, and then at that point, you already knew it was about to take off. The moment it get back here, I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I be catching these type of trades a lot lately. Really on crypto for sure. I'm just buying and holding them, but even on these, like it's almost automatic once you know what you know. Right? Look at this one. You can already see it far away from the 20, stochastic low. Gotta come back to the 20, right? The moment we break above this 20 and pull back at the 20 and don't really cross below it, then we know, or even if it does cross below a little bit and it start pushing back through, you know we headed back to the 200. So just keep that in mind. All right, so bottom line, there's multiple ways to trade anything in the market. Let me go back to just some regular pairs. There's multiple ways to trade in the market. The only thing you got to do, I just want to go to something random. You can go to this. Any of these, right? The market, like I said, the market look weird. Just don't fool with it. But if it look good to you, then get in there. All right. But multiple ways you can trade the market. All right. Just understand that, okay, best case scenario on a higher time frame, you want to see a stochastic that's low or high. On an H1, H4, daily or weekly. I mainly do H1, H4. I'm cool with that. You know, daily or weekly is cool too. You just might have to hold a little longer because it might take 2 or 3 days for it to actually do something. But yeah, right? And again, I take my trades either on the H1 or the M15, either one of those. All right, don't overcomplicate it. Overbought, oversold. So let's say we get down here, oversold. We at the 6, we're looking for a buy. Okay, we're at the 92 up here, we're looking for a sell. All right, now the next thing again you want to look for is zones. You can line that up to see, hey, is this sale going to be a big sale or is it going to be a small sale? And you base that off what it's done previously. So if I look over here to the left and I see up in this area, we got like 2 or 3 candles, and then I'm on the hour. That's about a 3-hour trade. This one here is probably about a 6 to 9-hour trade, right? This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About another 6-hour trade right there. So I should be confident in holding for, a few hours, right? Depending on how strong. We rejected once, 2, 3. Okay, we rejected again. That's already about 2 hours that it already dropped. And you was in the game, you could have easily scalped that and took it. If you're a little more confident, you can hold longer. But let's say the market decides not to, and it breaks out. And let's say you want to see a second entry, then you line it up with this. Hey, when the market gets up here, based on what it did to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got about another 6 hours here, and then I got a full day or two right here. So I know this should be a golden zone for me to be able to sell off and get some good money right here. If I missed this one, or let's say I didn't see this one and it shot out, or news hit and shot it up here, I know around in this area, even up a little higher, I got major sales coming. Simple. So just keep it simple, my people. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. I promise you. I'm telling you, just go back and just look at your chart like, yo, look at all the potential plays. Look at all the plays, bro. And the more you see it, the easier it get, right? Look at this, bro. Back to the 20, crossed it below the 20, pulled back, didn't cross past the 20, we going to the 200. Automatic. All right, and then just real quick, basic market structure. I mean, you can always see it. But remember, in the downtrend, the market will go here, pull back a little bit, go lower, pull back a little bit, go lower, pull back a little bit, go lower, pull back a little bit, go lower. Right? Uptrend market structure, up, pull back a little bit higher, pull back a little bit higher, pull back a little bit higher. Right? That's uptrend, that's downtrend. So just doing those same things every day will make you way more profitable. I'm trying to tell you, way more profitable. So if you want to know how to become the best trader you can be, take my advice on that. It's all I do every day. And it's very simple. Very simple. So when news hits and you get them big old spikes, guess what? Oh, we far away from the 20. That's the first thing I think. Oh, we about to hit some type of rejection. And look, this one bounced straight off of a zone and came right back down because it was far away from the 20. The 200 is right here, which they don't show this part, but it kind of cut off right there. Came right back to the 20 and the 200 and broke below both, and then got low on the stow, and now I gave you another buy. And guess what? Pulled back on the 20 and still gave you more buys. It just keeps doing this all day long. All right, so your chances of winning should go up 85, 90% if you follow them same rules every single day, every week. And only just wait for the ones that make the most sense to you. All right, always base over here what happened back here, so you can kind of judge what kind of drop or what kind of buy you can expect. If you look over and it only got a candle or two, you know that drop might not be that deep. You know what I'm saying? But if you look and you like, yo, that drop was crazy, then you can pretty much expect another nasty drop. You hear me? So hopefully this video has helped you, man. Continue to watch it 100 times until you get it, until you can't unsee what I just showed you. And then put in work, man. Put in the work. I love y'all. Lord willing, I'll see you on another one. Holla at your boy. Peace.